Hello everybody, I am the voice Craig Anderson, and you're listening to Dirt Sheet Mania, Episode 4. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dirt Sheet Mania. My name is the voice Craig Anderson as always, alongside the Director of Creativity, Kieran Smith.
That's me.
Hi Kieran, you alright?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How are you, Craig? You feeling better?
I am, we weren't here last week. I was pretty unwell.
People don't know you, Craig, but it happens all the time.
It does.
Just something wrong with you.
Vomit, Kieran.
Man up.
That too, lots of vomit. So we missed Raw last week. Quick mention about Raw last week, very, very quick.
What happened on Raw last week?
Braun Strowman was the best thing in the world
Braun
ever.
Strowman was the best thing.
Can we just talk about Braun Strowman? That was it. Like, he was great. That segment with Elias.
Raw is definitely Braun.
Raw is Braun, yes. He was great. What was he playing?
It was a double bass, a cello, or something. I don't know.
A cello?
It definitely wasn't a recorder.
It wasn't a recorder.
No.
But this week's Monday Night Raw, that's what we're going to talk about right now, guys. Coming up later on, obviously, we're going to be talking about some Hall of Fame, some 205 Live, and then also after the little bridge segment, we will go into Smackdown from this past week as well, as they towards their Fastlane pay-per-view. But we start with Raw, and they're walking towards the Elimination Chamber this Sunday on the WWE Network. We're going to be watching it. We're going to have our preview show out, aren't we?
Yeah, we have to do a preview show, yeah.
We'll do that. You forgot about it, didn't you?
Yeah, I forgot about the preview show.
We're going to do that Friday as well.
Yeah, got Friday, yeah.
What else are we doing Friday?
Friday, we're going to do a show that we've entitled The Problem with This Year's WrestleMania.
Now, we should say it's a good problem.
Yeah.
But it's still a massive problem.
It's more to do with the talent and how much talent they have. And that they may not fit on all the major talent, or the big talent, may not all fit on the show.
So basically, WWE's own success could be their own hindrance. Yeah. It is a big problem. We will talk about that. We'll talk about that Friday when we make the video, and so we're going to release that over the weekend.
Yeah, over the point of the weekend sometimes. Obviously, Craig's got the Carabao Cup final for being a gooner.
I've got
United v Chelsea on Sunday.
How did United get on this evening, Kieran, against Seville in the Champions League?
0-0, fell asleep.
Was it Seville versus David De Gea?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, David de Gandalf, you shall not pass.
David de Gandalf. Fantastic. Monday Night Raw was one match.
If it was one match, it should have stayed one match. It should have been one match for the whole show.
Monday Night one match. If it was still 2-hour Raw, this would have been Raw. And I think it would have been a super Raw.
What I want to do, though, is I want to commend WWE. I want to applaud them, because this is different. Now, usually with a gauntlet match, it's very short, it's quick. But
people get beat with not really finishes, do they? They get beat with like little offensive moves, not so much a finish.
But they went, 90, 100 minutes? I don't know how long it was. But
yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
They went more than half the show, and that was good. It was different. And while the match was almost too long, and it was literally a solid hour and a half of wrestling,
which you never see.
Which you never see in WWE.
No promos as such, but
not even on pay-per-views, you know. I mean, the most you see on a pay-per-view is an hour's Iron Man match.
Or the Rumble.
You know, or the Rumble.
If you call that wrestling, it's not...
But you've got entries in between in the Rumble, and I think that's what's different. But, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I was a bit maybe worn out towards the middle of it because of how long the match was, and how, because it's nice to have, you get a 10-15 minute match normally, and then you have a break on the adverts on Sky Sports, or you have a little backstage promo or something like that, and it breaks it up. But this was solid. 90 to 100 minutes of wrestling.
It was. It was basically all 7 members of the Elimination Chamber this Sunday. Yes, 7 members of the Elimination Chamber, with the winner.
It's not like WWE to change their rules, is it?
No, it's not really, no. Here's a match we've had since 2002. You know the rules, and now we're going to add another person to it. And the winner, of course, will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the undisputed Universal Championship. It's not the first time I made that mistake, actually. Just a quick run through of the Gauntlet match. We had Seth and Roman start the match off. Good match, proper underdog feel for Seth Rollins, and he gets the upset. I've got written here upset over Roman Reigns, simply because of the booking of Roman. But I never once thought that Roman would go through everybody.
No,
but I didn't think Seth would have the run he did.
No, and it's harsh to say upset, but it was. It was. I think everyone was probably expecting Roman to win that. But the first match of the
after
night,
a very competitive match for Roman to win, but Seth wins. He then goes on and he beats Cena out of the whole Gauntlet match. If you break it down into the individual, what would have been 6 matches? In the Gauntlet, the best match. Was Seth versus Cena. Cena had the match won. He was almost at that almost heelish type of. Not that he is a heel, but people that want him to be a heel. Maybe he already is. One just look closely, And he could have gone. He finished at 188, but he decided to go for that roll through, and it came back to haunt him.
I mean, finishes didn't really mean much in this match, did it?
No, they didn't, did they?
It's very... I'd say weird, it was good. Usually WWE will put big matches, especially with like the Seth Roman start, and then obviously leading to Seth Cena. Usually WWE will put on a big match of that caliber at the start of the show when they're going up against something big, like in America, like Monday Night Football,
like Nitro,
or Nitro, or something like that, where they're trying to get ratings and things like that. There was nothing on Monday night, as far as I think the Oscars are not until next week.
I know,
things like that.
The only American sort of thing I do occasionally keep an eye on is the MLS, which I know hasn't even started yet. It doesn't start till next month. I believe.
That's the thing. It's not even that big, and I think
no, you're right.
They had the NBA All-Star game on Sunday night, again not competition on the Monday. So it was fantastic start. 2 great matches in the Gauntlet. Seth Rollins went 70.
He went 1 hour. Okay, so basically, he obviously went through this at this stage when he beat Cena. He'd gone 50 minutes, maybe just over 50 minutes when he beat Cena. He ended up going 1 hour and 5 after Elias then comes out and defeated Seth. And the way I looked at that kind of first sort of 3 matches, Seth before last week, because it was only announced after Raw that both Seth and Finn would be in the Elimination Chamber, then it would be a 7-man, not a 6-man, after they both pinned Bray Wyatt. Poor Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Literally. You can't get beat by 1 man. What's worse?
Yeah.
Getting beat by 2 at the same time.
But it took 2 men to beat him.
Yeah, I know it did. But
that's how they'll put it.
Yeah, they'll look at it one way, but we're going to look at it a way where it's like, oh, how can we embarrass Bray more? Let's have 2 men beat him at the same time. So for me, I think it was great that they obviously thought, right, we need to give Seth some sort of momentum. He's not been in the quote-unquote main event title scene for a few months now. He's been in, obviously, tag matches.
Yeah, probably since summer, isn't it? Against Sheamus and Cesaro.
Whether it was originally...
It's probably the first time in about 9 months he's not faced Sheamus or Cesaro.
It's true. Or tagged with Jordan or Ambrose. Yeah. So he's needed that individual push. As much as Seth Rollins actually needs a push. But he came straight back to the main event scene with the Plum and with 2 great matches. Obviously, and then Elias beating Seth. Okay, Seth is exhausted at this point, but again, Elias beating Seth. That's a great feather in his cap.
What did he say last week? Monday night Rollins. I think that just goes to prove what he did on Monday night.
Yeah, he wants
Monday night Rollins.
Monday night Rollins.
Just want to quickly go back to the John Cena.
Yeah, you want to talk about a little thing, don't you?
Just so during this whole Gauntlet match, they had little backstage interviews after their matches, after they were beat with Renee Young. I love this. Just little. It's like a sports feel. Like
it was.
We were talking off air, and you said it was like a sports feel. And I was like, that's exactly what it was. And it didn't take anything away from the match because it was during a rest hold that most of this was happening. There was nothing big going on. But it was good. I thought you got their feelings. John Cena said that he's got other things on his mind. Because he's obviously got films coming out and he's doing this and that, Nickelodeon Kids Awards.
Do you think he was not on about Sunday?
Possibly. Well, he says everything rests on Sunday because he may not be at WrestleMania. Now, see, what I'd personally like to see, so Cena's probably going to face The Undertaker. That's what the latest... I think that's pretty much...
Yeah, which is also what we will talk about in our video. What is the problem with This is WrestleMania. We will talk about that, but... Yeah.
So he
looks like it.
Looks like he's going to face Taker. Now, he wants to obviously try and do anything and everything to win that chamber match on Sunday, kayfabe wise.
Of course.
To get into the match, to get into WrestleMania. He probably doesn't. He probably loses. He gets eliminated first. Probably something. Probably.
Yeah, we don't know. We do know that Miz will start, but it's like when someone says they're number 1 in the Rumble. that's the worst thing ever. Well, no, because 2's just as bad.
And 3 is as well.
Well, on Sunday, yes. Yeah. On Sunday, you can be 1, 2, or 3, which they're all 1 together. They're not 1, 2, and 3. They're all 1 together. So he could be in that 3.
Yeah, he could be. But anyway, so going back to Cena, I think what I want to see is that if when this whole storyline does start, when he faces Taker with the lead up to WrestleMania, I don't want to see this like turn heel thing on Taker or anything like that. What I want to see is that we know he's part-time now. He's going to be part-time in the next couple of years. He's going to come back for SummerSlam, take breaks here and there. But I want to see him beat Taker and then say...
You wanted to beat The Undertaker?
I wanted to beat The Undertaker. Undertaker's last match, Cena's... Taker's...
Should have been last year.
Yeah, should have been last year. But if it's Cena, it's Cena. Cena will become the new... star at WrestleMania.
I see.
But what I want to see is basically Cena say, well, I'm part-time because I can beat anyone part-time.
He said similar.
So, and like you're saying, he had slight heel tendencies in the match against Seth Rollins. And this is what I want to see. I just wanted to see him not go heel, but keep the heel tendencies.
I always use Stone Cold Steve Austin as an example for this because I thought he did it the best. Austin was Austin, whether he was a heel, whether he was a face. Austin was Austin. He never changed his moveset. He never changed his music.
Yeah.
He flipped people off. He drank a beer when he won, and he did whatever he could to win a match. Whether that meant he was with the Alliance, whether he was with Vince, whether he was against Vince, whether he was against whoever, he was him. Kurt Angle again, very similar actually. So for me, if Cena is to go down that route, be Cena. And for me, in that little match he had with Seth in part of that Gauntlet match, he was that slightly cocky. It was a very methodical pace that Cena went through. Yeah. Very experienced pace, if that's such a thing.
Like he thought he could beat Seth Rollins because he just went 50 minutes, so it was going to be easy, but it wasn't.
And I love the commentary team. The commentary team were putting over that, why does Cena have to extract all this energy now? He doesn't. Seth's tired. He's been through a great match with Roman. If Cena wants to win the Gauntlet match, he needs to pace himself. Yeah. So great storytelling all involved.
And Cena put him over in the interview as well.
Massively he did. So as I said, then Elias then beats Seth after that, and then we have Finn Elias. No surprise there, Finn.
Quickly, Elias Seth. So basically, Seth is just a smaller version of Elias, right? They look far too similar.
Elias is a lot bigger physically, isn't he?
Yeah. So Elias is a lot bigger. But if you look sometimes, if you were to do a double take, quickly look at the screen and look back, you'd go.
Well, they both got bushy goatees. Yeah. They both got long hair.
Yeah.
One does weights and one does CrossFit.
Yeah, basically.
That's the difference.
Future tag team. There you go. Vince has already said they're going to be tag team champions for the next year. Elias and Seth.
Put Seth with another team. Then Finn beats Elias. No surprise. No club with him. I know they're not one of these teams that have to go around Battle Club rather. They're not one of these teams that like the Miz Taraj or like Jinder has the Singh brothers or brother at the moment. Where they follow them around all the time. They're not that kind of team, but I don't know. Just thought they might be around. They're not on Raw tonight. You know, surely they.
I don't think it really matters. Finn's going into the chamber by himself on Sunday. Doesn't need the club there. So
no, fair point.
It seemed that though at this point after Elias did beat Seth, that the matches got shorter. It's like they had enough. It's like it's gone far too long now. Let's shorten the matches down a little bit.
It did go from obviously Seth getting beat quickly isn't a surprise because he'd gone through that.
Exactly, and you get that.
So then obviously it definitely did go in a bit of a not a lull. I don't think it did kind of just drop the pace a smidge. To then kick back again and towards the end. I think the only reason I was saying about the club is because the Miz Taraj are running around ringside and Finn's there getting. Obviously, Finn lost.
Yeah, maybe the club could have come out at that point, and maybe
even after he lost, just to chase off the Miz Taraj. But anyway, we then go to the end. Braun and Miz.
I loved when Miz realised.
He's like, okay, after Finn beat Elias, Miz beat Finn, and then he's like, yes, I beat Finn. Yes, who's left? Who? Oh crap! And then it's just that kind of really slow,
big pop for Braun.
Oh, massive.
It's crazy how much he's developed since he got, since the brand split. I mean, before the brand split, he was obviously part of the Wyatt family, but at the origination of the brand split, when he got moved to Raw. shaved the side of his head, everything like that. From that point there to this point now, it's crazy how much different.
Everything from the music, the tweak of the look, it's not a massive change. I think if you want to look at the difference between Braun Strowman, the match that stands in my mind that he was terrible in was the Royal Rumble. Yeah. 2 years ago would have been now. 18 months ago. And Brock Lesnar tried to get him over the top rope, but he couldn't. And then so he literally just shit-canned him over the top. Yeah. It was pretty brutal in the end. Now, if you look at Braun Strowman, he's rapid. Okay, Miz didn't run as fast as he probably could have done it, but he's still... his mic skills are so good.
I think you can see a confidence in him. He's like
he's got a swagger about him.
This whole push, this whole thing, it seems to just give him like a rocket up his arse. That it just feels confident. Like when he broke the cello or the double bass last week, he knew he messed up, right?
But I thought he was supposed to break it.
I don't know if he meant to, but I don't think he did. But
no, I thought he was supposed to break it. I thought it was...
Yeah, he looked like he messed up, but for me, he looked like he messed up, but he had enough confidence to say something and do something that still got the crowd. He still had the crowd lapping it all up and everything like that.
The I'm Not Finished With You just came about because obviously when he was destroying Roman and basically tried... I don't think I've ever cheered for a man that is purposely on television tried to murder somebody else. Yeah. And I still like him. Yeah. Now, okay, it was against Roman, and obviously the internet's opinion about Roman Reigns and males of our age bracket feel about Roman Reigns, but regardless, we're still cheering for a man that has been dumped in the back of a dumpster. He has...
He's been fired.
He's been fired.
Yeah.
He's been fired.
Everything seems to be they just seem to be doing massive things with Braun. They dialed it back a little bit last week just with him sitting on the stool with the cello.
So good.
But it was still so good. It's still built into his character.
Even after he beat Miz this evening, and then he sort of went to wander up the ramp. What did he call Brock again? Beastie Man.
Yeah.
Well, Beastie Boy.
Beastie Boy.
I just thought the Beastie Boys.
Yeah. That's probably they've got a track at the next Elimination Chamber pay-per-view or something on there.
Yo, Beastie Boy, I'm coming for you. I mean, again, I look at him. I look at Cena. I look at Roman. I think they need to win Sunday.
Yeah.
They all can't win Sunday. Something's got to give, and in that chamber, something will give. Like Miz, he won't win. Elias, he won't win. Finn, he won't win. Seth, probably not. But there's those other three I look at and think you could all be in that WrestleMania.
I think what will end up happening Sunday, obviously we'll talk about this in our previous show, but I think they'll all team up to take out Braun. Braun gets eliminated that way. I think Cena will probably get done by some quick roll-up or something like that. Mm-hmm. Miz will probably pin him, use the ropes as leverage, something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
And then you'll have that whole disappointing, disjointed look. It's like, I'm not going to WrestleMania.
Is that kind of, yeah.
And then Seth, it'll probably end up being Seth v. Roman as the last two, I think.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can see that happening. But okay, one quick shoot only. Will the Undertaker be Sunday?
No.
Okay, good. Thank God. Okay, so that's the gauntlet.
That's the gauntlet.
And that was half of Raw?
Well, I think it's more than half of Raw. The rest of it was almost pointless.
No, it was. My notes now are literally a smidge. So a few more things left on Monday Night Raw. Asuka, she came out for an in-ring interview. What do you think of her English, Kieran?
Said this before.
She even messed up as well.
And she messed up.
But she got it back.
Yeah, she just got it back.
Like, I'm talking with little teeny tiny.
They didn't, again, I say,
why are they doing this?
Keep it short, keep it sweet with Asuka. She doesn't need to be in the ring talking a lot of English. All she needed to say is that no one's ready for Asuka, and that's fine.
Even keep the little catchphrase that her and Miz have got, we will win. Yeah. That's fine, simple.
Just leave it as that.
Let her. I mean, you can't. Things though, when you compare her to sort of like say Nakamura, his English is far greater. Yeah. I've listened to him on Jericho's podcast. He's the whole. No, obviously not talking Japanese, talking English the entire time. Yeah. Don't do it with her.
So it was Renee Young doing the interview. Was it Renee or Charlie Caruso? Whoever it was, I don't think was doing a good enough job to sort of say, here you go, Asuka, come around. This is what you can say.
I can't remember, but I want to say it was Charlie.
Right.
Without remembering, because Renee did all those little back ones. Yeah. So
it's clear that whoever was in the ring, I think you're right. It was Charlie.
I can't remember, but
they've obviously gone. We'll get Charlie in the ring to give her direct questions, right? So that gives her a bit more confidence to say things. But it's just like you asked her 3-4 questions, And it was just like, that's far too much.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the point of it was that eventually... I think so. There's 2 points to a promo. Obviously, the one point of this promo, the end point, was obviously for Nia Jax to come and beat her up afterwards. But the main point of a promo is, especially in ring like that, is you kind of get to know the person a little bit. You kind of get to know maybe what drives them, why they want to win championships, why they think they're better than people. Just things like that.
The promo... Was it the week before the week, or where they had her literally run down, had a little video that run down like total wins, how long she was undefeated for. Perfect. Yep. Asuka didn't speak, just have a little video. Have a little just a little video when, no one's ready for Asuka. It could be anything. And I tell you, would it be that bad if they even had a translator in the ring? Because I think if you had a translator that translated, it just adds a certain mystique around Asuka. You want to know more because she's from a different part of the world. English is not her first language, so have a translator to speak. Right? It might take away from her, but obviously, would it be so bad?
In private, of course, keep her learning English. She probably wants to learn English anyway, so she knows what's going on.
Okay, let's go football. Mauricio Pochettino, when he was at Southampton,
had a translator
for a long time. And now he's at Tottenham. He's English. He's perfect.
Remember Claudio Ranieri?
Yeah.
When he first went to... Was it Chelsea first?
Chelsea, yeah.
He had a translator for ages before he started doing his promos, his interviews in English.
And that's the thing. I don't know. It'd be one of those things that maybe WWE try in the future when it comes to someone whose English isn't the first language. But translator wouldn't be bad.
Like like the Great Khali... He had Davari, then he had Ranjit Singh.
Yeah.
Sort of translators, sort of not. For me, the only reason I think they're trying to get her to do her... I'm not saying they're forcing her to do it, but they obviously want to push her into doing in-ring promos, which are live, instead of probably pre-taped backstage promos that they could just pop into Raw whenever they want to. Is that, they wanted to make her relatable. Yeah. Now, I'm sorry, a woman half naked with face paint on her head and crazy hair who's clearly a foreign lady... Don't try and keep shoehorning her into being relatable. Have a translator. It's a gimmick. She doesn't have to be relatable.
And it doesn't have to be like I'm not saying, Funaki.
People love her.
Funaki should go. No, that's far too much. Just a generic translator who's like 5'5",
we're not talking a
in a suit. That's it.
5'5".
Just a man or woman, just like that. And it's just and then
it'd be different. It's something else. It's no one else is doing it.
I think it would create an aura of mystique, and that's what Asuka is. She's undefeated. How do you beat her?
Yeah, I'd even have her keep that sort of like, I can't even know what to call that mask thing. I'd have that on as well. And she only takes it off for matches.
Here's one. I remember Tensai. Do you remember that he had someone?
Yeah,
next to him?
That went well. But the sort of thing, shouldn't it? Handler, sort of. Like Estrada for Umaga.
Yeah, just...
What's Estrada doing with himself?
Yeah. He's not Japanese, though, so he wouldn't be.
He was great, though.
He was good, though.
Alejandro Estrada. You do that? Roll your R's?
I can't roll my R's, no.
Nah, okay, fair enough. So obviously Nia Jax beats her up afterwards. Sunday, Nia versus Asuka winner. Now, you were very clever in picking out the wording. Now, tell everyone what you heard the wording was for Sunday.
I don't know if this was a mistake.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. It come from Michael Cole. He doesn't really make a lot of mistakes.
No, because who's telling him that line?
Vince McMahon.
Right, so it's not a mistake.
No. But it did sound like that Cole was stumbling over his words a little bit at that point, I think, from what I remember. But he said that if Nia beats Asuka, she will be added to the championship match at WrestleMania.
Obviously states that when Ronda pops up on Sunday to sign her Raw contract, that to me suggests that Asuka is going to Smackdown.
I think so as well. And so technically what we say, so if Asuka chooses to go Smackdown and Nia somehow does beat Asuka
by DQ, I don't think she'll win by pinfall Sunday.
It'll be a triple threat match for Charlotte, for the Smackdown title against Charlotte on the Smackdown side of things.
So she'll jump ship basically.
Yeah. But that's what. Yeah, I think that's for the championship match.
We move on to a tag match. The only tag, it's another one tag later, but the only men's tag match on the Raw this Monday. Titus Worldwide with Titus O'Neil and Apollo.
Just Apollo.
No Apollo Crews, just
Crews.
Apollo.
Forget the Crews.
Have you heard why?
Something to do with the shooting in Florida.
Yeah.
Being linked to the names. They're spelled differently, but they sound the same.
The criminal, whatever.
Yeah, the person who shot used a gun.
His surname is Cruz.
Yeah, and he spells it Cruz, whereas...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Whereas Apollo Crews and Terry Crews spells Crews.
Do you think Terry Crews is going to change his name as well?
Well, that's the thing, and I get why they do it. They don't
There's
want
a wrestler in England, Nathan Crews. Did he change his name? Do you know what I mean?
Might have to.
I get why they're doing it. I guess maybe because of the allegations of, when kids get hurt and they've been doing wrestling moves on each other, the WWE's like, well, we do tell people don't do it at home and stuff. So, I mean, it's a very safe move, but at the same time, it's not out of WWE sort of thing. They've changed a lot of names. Alexander Rusev, just Rusev.
Yeah.
Antonio Cesaro, just Cesaro.
I get why they're doing it. It's a tragic thing that happened in Florida. But we're not
unquestionably bad. Yeah,
we're not stupid. Like we're not going to say that Apollo Crews is the same as the gunman in Florida.
Yeah.
And I really hate the fact that they drop names. Like,
although Charlotte found a name.
Yeah,
she's the only one to find a name.
This is the thing. Like they're athletes. You wouldn't just call John Cena Cena. You wouldn't just call Roman Reigns Roman. Like they're names. Like. Their name. Look, Fandango is obviously different because he's not Jeff Fandango or something like that, is he? But because that's just like a gimmicky sort.
Do we
of
care more about syllables? Because Fandango, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, it could very well. His first name could be Fan and surname Dango. But
I'm surprised Tyler Breeze isn't just Breezy.
Yeah,
or Tyler.
But just keep the names. You don't have to like Antonio Cesaro. You're gonna call him Cesaro. Because that's his surname.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to call him Antonio every now and then because that's his first name. It's like, Antonio had a good match today, didn't he? They're like, yeah.
Have you seen Alexander today? He's good, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's how you'd have it in a conversation. You wouldn't say Cesaro had a good match today.
Yeah, it's almost like, okay, I know I'll call you Kizza and stuff, but like, I wouldn't turn around and go, God, have you seen Smith today?
Yeah.
Have you seen Kieran?
Yeah.
That's what I would. Yeah. If I was talking to somebody else, like
it makes them. I think that makes them connect more to the crowd if they have a first name.
My name's that as well.
I mean, there's got awful ones. Adrian Neville. I get why they dropped Adrian.
That's a terrible first name for a wrestler.
Apart
from Adrian, Aiden English. I'm surprised he's not just English.
Just English.
It wouldn't. I mean, okay,
it's stupid. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Maybe we need to do...
like I'm saying, I get why they may have done it with Apollo, but I still think it's stupid.
Maybe we need to do a If I Can Be Serious minute.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we need to do one of them for that because I agree with you. But anyway, Titus Worldwide versus The Bar, not for the titles. Before this match, I believe The Bar had lost twice.
Yep. 2-1 to Titus Worldwide.
When The Bar were number one contenders to Jordan and Seth's tag team championships, 2 weeks in a row, Titus Worldwide beat The Bar while they were number one contenders. Yeah. Then they got a title shot after The Bar beat them at the pay-per-view at the Royal Rumble, and they lost. Well, tonight, they won again. And they're tag champs. So, now, they've beat the number one contenders twice, and they beat the tag team champions once. I mean, are we going back to this 50-50 booking?
Possibly.
Because in this scenario, it looks painful.
It seems to be every week that I say to you, they're building up tag teams, and it's a good way to do it.
Where's the revival?
Where is the revival? Obviously, where were the club?
Where were the Balor Club as well?
Maybe they were dropped because the Gauntlet match ran so long. I don't know.
Do you know what? That's a good point. We don't know where. I mean, okay, for them to overrun on television for athletes of such a high caliber, I'd be surprised. I think that was booked as it was. But, things happen. Yeah. If matches are going well, they're not going to,
And this is the whole show was obviously dominated by the Gauntlet match, but it's like the women, and this is what the problem that I have with women's matches is that they get shoehorned in six women tag team matches.
Mate, perfect. Okay, so the Bar lost 3-1. Hopefully, I imagine maybe at the pay-per-view, I think we're going to see Titus Worldwide get a title shot, and rightly so.
The Elimination Chamber is the main event. So they'll have the tag team match will be a filler match.
Talk about the women. That's the last segment on Raw. The women were, and I agree, absolutely agree. The women had two segments on Raw, main segments. There was one in the ring with Alexa, with Asuka and Nia Jax, and then they got this 6-woman tag match. Absolution teaming with Alexa Bliss to take on just a shoehorned team again of Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickie James, just all working to Sunday.
Yeah, just
every woman for herself apparently. Yeah, there's two teams on Raw.
Yeah, they can do something different, like the 7-man Gauntlet match. I was thought, it's a great idea.
Women don't get. Men's, but I wonder how Alexa thought about that.
Yeah, it just seems. I know the women's rosters ain't deep, right? There's 9 on each show, but it's a six-man tag team match.
What was on Smackdown?
6-man tag.
A woman's 6-woman tag.
Yeah.
Another one. Women's Revolution has taken a bit of a grinding
Yeah, I
haul.
wouldn't say it's taken a grinding hole. Look, the men's roster's deeper, so they can have loads more variations in matches. But just let the women have 3 singles matches in one night. You know that'll make the women's Evolution so much more better.
Have Absolution face someone in a 2-1 handicap match. Yeah. Have something just a little different.
Yeah.
And then after the match is over, have women come out for the run for the save. Then the numbers are even.
So when I see, I'm not going to lie to you, Craig. I couldn't even tell you who won that 6-women tag team match on Monday night.
Is it because you were asleep or you just can't remember?
I was just like, I've seen this before. It doesn't interest me. Nothing's going to happen.
We should say on Monday Night Raw in England, it's finished about 4:15.
Yeah.
So to be asleep isn't exactly a crime at that point in this country. But no, the babyfaces won. Alexa, not Alexa.
So Alexa and Mickey.
Yeah,
got
so
together,
they're on different teams, and in the last week or so, Alexa's kind of tried to get Mickey to be a pally again, a bit like when they introduced each other on Smackdown. So despite the fact we had a 6-woman tag, we kind of left with like 3 mini teams going into Sunday. You've got Absolution, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Paige still roaming, breaks my heart. Still have her out there. She can't do anything. Why is she there, Kieran? Just change the music.
Announce that she's retiring. Say that she's a manager. Dress her different. Get her out of a wrestling gear.
Stick her in a sweet suit, man.
I think something like that.
Anything. Just stop wearing gear, man.
Or just say that she's going to be in the Performance Centre as one of the coaches.
Yeah.
Or something.
No,
get her on commentary for women's matches. I'd be fine with that.
I mean, okay.
Just something. Beth
Phoenix and Lita were great wrestlers, but they're just disastrous commentators.
But Paige can talk. And
She
I think
can.
That's the difference.
She would be. I'm agreeing. She would be okay. Hopefully, she didn't drop any bombs or any left words, but she'd be a fantastic commentator. She'd say her opinion. She wouldn't really care.
Yeah.
She could be what happened to Corey.
Exactly. Perfect example.
She could be great.
You know.
But yeah. So that's how Raw finished. The win team was Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickie James won the 6-woman tag team match. We move on with 3 little mini teams: Absolution, Mickey and Alexa, and Bayley and Sasha. I mean, I'm just waiting for that to fall out. We were literally on the tipping point now where one of them are going to turn heel. I hope it's Sasha, but rumours it could be Bayley. Bayley and apparently Elias are rumoured to be still doing multi intergender tags in the house shows. So maybe that will be a proper little heel turn for Bayley. We don't know. We'll see.
And Craig, this is the problem with this year's WrestleMania.
It is the problem with this year's WrestleMania.
If Sasha does turn on Bayley or vice versa, are they having a match at WrestleMania?
We're going to see. There's a lot coming on.
Can they fit that match into WrestleMania?
If it's 30 minutes, if it's 30 seconds, they can.
Yeah.
Right, guys, so that has been our Monday Night Raw review. Kieran, how do you think about Raw overall?
Yeah, I think it was a good Raw. I think the Gauntlet match I loved.
Yep.
Maybe a bit long, but it was different.
Yep.
I'm going to put it as a good Raw. I'm going to say it was a great Raw, just purely because it was literally just a Gauntlet match.
No, I agree with you. Basically, my complete roundup of Raw is a good Raw. It was a great start with a limp finish, just because of the way it was done. But thank you, Kieran. We're going to now move on to our bridge segment. Stay tuned for more Dirt Sheet Mania. Welcome back, guys. This is the bridge segment here for Dirt Sheet Mania. Kieran's still alongside. It's where we just talk about a few little random bits and pieces in the world of WWE this week. Let's start with 205 Live. Buddy Murphy. Decent.
He looking jacked, brother.
He looking well decent.
He's looking jacked.
He's been having his $2 steaks and his Virulent Vitamin, folks.
Hang on. So that's the one with Alexa Bliss, right?
Yeah, he's with Alexa Bliss.
Okay. I'd get like that for Alexa Bliss, to be honest.
Murphy is now in a tag team in NXT, which is going to be entering the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So I think he looked great.
Oh, he looked phenomenal. And they done a little YouTube video of him weighing in at 200.9 pounds or something.
I love that.
Little things.
Little things. Having spud, having a ref, having the scales, handshake, looking at... It's a bit, obviously, it's a little bit like boxing. It's a little bit like MMA. With the UFC, they come in, they weigh, they pose, they handshake with the ref, with the Dana White, whoever. It was nice. It's like you say, little touch.
And this is what 205 Live is now. Since Triple H has got the reins back, it's matches, it's wrestling. Now, not gonna lie, I've not watched 205 Live still.
I haven't watched it this week. I've watched it a couple of weeks.
I've had this fantastic matches, but it's getting to the point now where I'm sitting there thinking, do you know what? When I'm at work and I don't want to work, I will sit there and I might watch 3-4 episodes of 205 Live. Just the first round of this Cruiserweight tournament.
I mean, I've looked at the bracket. I think from memory at the top of my head, I can see a Buddy Murphy going to the final. And I think on the other side, I think Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong's there.
Or even Mark
Andrews.
Mark Andrews, Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong at WrestleMania. I like that. I'd appreciate it.
So the quarterfinals is TJP versus Cedric Alexander. Roderick Strong versus... Can't remember the other guy that... Was it... Kalisto. And then you've got Buddy Murphy versus...
That's all that was on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was on Tuesday.
We haven't seen that. I haven't seen that yet either.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy won.
No. I mean, who's gonna face?
Oh yeah. Oh okay,
that's,
right.
That's
right. And then the other one is Mark Andrews versus Drew Gulak.
Yeah.
So I can see Mark Andrews winning that match, and he's in the semi-finals.
So I think either Buddy or Mark will get to the final on that side. No, I can see. I'm gonna put my head out and probably go with Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
I think so.
I not to say that this is the permanent call-up for Roddy, but obviously if he gets...
I think he gets to the WrestleMania, I think he will be.
If he gets to the final, I mean, Roderick Strong versus...
Mark Andrews, WrestleMania, pre-show.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent.
I mean, I think that's the unfortunate thing with the Cruiserweight title. It probably will be on the pre-show.
In front of 7 people. At 10:05 when doors open.
If they can make the right match... The match that people are going to be into.
Watch.
And that's the thing. It's about wrestling now, 205 Live. And we saw with Monday Night Raw the 100-minute match. And
what they do now have, like I've said before, when they do need to have a backstage segment, they have a focal point.
Yeah.
They have someone to talk to.
It's about the title. And that's what it is. It's about wrestling.
Without
for the title.
Without even having a champion, it's more about the title than it's ever been.
So I've been told to watch the Jack Gallagher versus... Jesus, who's he facing? The Jack Gallagher match on 205 Live, I've been told to watch.
What? Well, Jack's class, so...
Yeah. I've been told to watch it. It's a very...
Mustafa Ali?
That's it, Mustafa Ali. It's a very, very good match.
He's good, though, Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
Really
good. So it'll be Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. That's what... In the second round. Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't even necessarily think it's the wrestling that's been bad on 205 Live. It's just you need to want to watch it. Because when I've ever watched 205 Live, I think that was really good.
Well,
but why did you have a reason to watch it?
Why did you watch the Cruiserweight Classic?
Because I knew some of the wrestlers and I knew that it was going to be awesome.
Yeah,
and
but it was wrestling. You weren't sitting there going and say, "Oh, this is an entertainment show. I want to see Jack Gallagher fly off the top rope of an umbrella."
Even the ones I didn't know, I ended up going, "Oh, you're not okay." Don't get me wrong. Not all of them were good, but.
The Singh brothers.
I think they'd be really good in a tag team. Watches them in a tag team. Jesus, they're terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Fucking awful. But regardless of that, especially that final sort of round, I wanted to watch it because I knew it'd be great matches.
Yeah. And this is what 205 Live is now. It's great matches. And honestly, I will dedicate time to it. If it's just wrestling...
It's 45 minutes.
45 minutes. When I know I'm going to get 45 minutes of wrestling, I know what I'm watching. Whereas 205 Live before, under Vince...
Lots of promos.
When we went... Creating characters.
Do you remember when the last time we watched WWE?
Alicia Fox.
We watched... Oh, God. Goldust. Just shoehorning talent in. I mean, I didn't mind necessarily Foxy, but it's the point of it. It's the point of it. She's not a cruiserweight, neither is Goldie. The time we watched Smackdown live, we had 205 live as well in there as well. And one was a match and one was Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher doing a tea party or something. Or having a beer.
Yeah.
Just...
It was a pop for us with the certain things they were doing, but that's what we don't want to see, though. We want to see them wrestle.
I would have having the absolute privilege of actually refereeing both of them.
I'm sure Austin Aries, I'm sure Neville would prefer how this 205 Live is.
I think Neville might come back,
Maybe this is part of the plan.
I've not seen him on. I mean, I've seen him on Twitter. I've not seen him in any independents. I've not seen him doing anything. the fact that he's not come back to this country and done a show, his 90 days must be up by now, surely.
I don't think he's been released. I think he's still under contract. So
they've not told us he's been released.
They've not said anything, but obviously Rich Swann got released mutually parted ways.
The difference between Rich Swann and the Enzo one was that WWE have now confirmed the release of Enzo Amore. Done.
Yeah.
Rich Swann was WWE can now confirm the release of Rich Swann. We wish Rich Swann all the best in his future endeavours. I got there. So, door open, door closed.
Yeah.
We move on. 2 more quick points I want to talk about. One, we will get into more on Sunday because when we talk about what is wrong with WrestleMania this year. But moving forward, we understand now, it's very well common knowledge, that the WWE will be getting rid of single-branded pay-per-views. So after WrestleMania, you've got Backlash, which we are rumoured to believe, not confirmed, it might not be, just can be a red herring, rumoured to believe a sort of like a mega draft.
Yeah, a draft show, superstar shake-up,
whatever you want to call it. But the point of it is that Backlash, it should be a Smackdown pay-per-view, I believe.
I think it was a Raw one this time.
There we go. Who knows?
Yeah.
Whatever brand that is, that would be effectively, if it isn't a brand, draft split, whatever, that will be the last single branded show. Now, very quickly, we'll get into this when we talk about WrestleMania problems. For me, that's a problem because I'm all up for having better pay-per-views because some of them, half of the shows were good, half of them not so much. I think you do, you still get your Raws and you still get your Smackdowns, but you do slightly stifle some characters. Potentially, Raws and Smackdowns might be better because you need bigger matches on there because you can't fit everyone on the pay-per-views.
Yeah. It
might work, it might not. We'll see. I'm sceptical.
Yeah. I put a tweet out when I heard it, and obviously at Dirty Mania. That said that I quite like that they're putting it together, but they have to differentiate the shows a lot more in terms of Raw and SmackDown. So every Monday night, every Tuesday night. And we always say it's like the little things. Like, look, there's red ropes on Raw, there's blue ropes on SmackDown. Cool, difference. There you go. Yeah, I'd want them to change the stages up a little bit more because they're similar. They're different. But
Raw this week had the SmackDown stage.
Yeah, but that's because they were recording both in Phoenix, Arizona this week, same arena.
But
so they're both. That's what I mean.
If you want that, but with the whole money,
I want the SmackDown fist. I want something
that'll
different.
cost too much
money.
But
I want something different to differentiate.
Yeah.
Just anything like the commentary tables in a different position.
Well, it will be. That's
just things like that. But just something just to differentiate the show. Different ref gear, different kinds of matches.
Bring back the blue shirts.
Something like just anything. Because if you're going to have dual branded pay-per-views. What's the difference between Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's literally just WWE.
It's just different. The difference is obviously you've got the different wrestlers, different titles, different general managers, different commissioners. But I know what you mean. I mean, we're not going as far as saying one of the shows needs to have 6-sided ring, but it needs to be marginally different.
Yeah, I mean SmackDown.
Talking Smack.
Yeah, Talking Smack.
That was different.
SmackDown used to record when the hard. There was no hard cam on SmackDown to begin with. Was there? It was on a.
Did they not have one at all? Like
a
swing boom.
Yeah, on the swing boom.
Like did XFL do that?
I don't know. It probably did. But it was different in terms of even how it was recorded and everything like that. And
well, that was Road Dogg.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of 6-sided rings, I can't believe I'm even talking to you about this. Jeff Jarrett, the creator of TNA, co-founder with his dad
/ Impact / GFW
the creator and now owner of Global Force Wrestling, the man that allegedly held Vince McMahon to a $200,000, $300,000 ransom to drop the title to China to extend his contract by a day back in 1998. 99 is now in, or will be inducted this April into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, Kieran, does this in an absolute nutshell prove two things? One, anything can happen in wrestling, and two, that WWE is the absolute be-all and end-all.
WWE is the absolute be-all and end-all.
In the world of wrestling.
Yeah, it is. And it will be for years to come, right? I can't see anyone challenging WWE at all. Unless like Donald Trump buys Raw again or something like that. But I didn't see this. I heard rumours a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
of this
we heard
potentially
them.
happening, but
To believe it is a different story.
It's crazy. It is like, I don't know. Like, Jeff's been in rehab. WWE sponsored rehab.
I think that all their ex wrestlers, which is a great touch now from them these days, is that they do look after them.
So maybe this is dangling the carrot. This is what happens if you get yourself better.
Will he wrestle?
No, I don't think he will.
No,
I don't think he will.
Will they invade? They got a lot of TNA boys now.
That's the thing. That's what. And
could be a good talker. Could be a manager.
They said in the announcement.
Asuka needs a manager.
They said in the announcement that he's been cultivating talent, and he has. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe,
Bobby Roode,
Christopher Daniels. Was not someone say he was directly involved in, but he gave him a platform to build these superstars.
Eric Young.
Yeah. There's plenty around that are in WWE now.
So many. Even Dan Edgar used to be the former TNA head official.
There you go.
He's on Raw now.
So it'd be interesting what he says.
What's he allowed to say?
Yeah,
who's going to induct him?
Yeah, who is going to? Maybe they get Dixie Carter back.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle could be one.
Really? You think? I mean, I'm kind of taking the piss, but
why not?
Don't piss him off. But was that Owen Hart?
That was Owen Hart.
They were great. They were a tag team. How cool was that?
Yeah. Look.
Maybe Brett will induct him.
Jeff Jarrett had a good wrestling career in WWE. Obviously, I think he's 5-time Well, he's one of the two. 5 or 6-time Intercontinental champion.
It is so easy to forget how much he did. He was tag team champion. He was Intercontinental champion. He was Inter-European champion, which has only ever been done by I think 2 other guys.
Yeah. He's a 4-time WCW champion.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, how many? What did he do in WCW?
He beat David Arquette for the WCW title.
He was in the NWO.
Was he in
the NWO or the NWO 2000?
NWO 2000.
That's when they got shit, didn't they? Was it well shit before then?
It's just, but it was, look, does he deserve it? I'd probably say on the whole, but there's a lot more that deserve it a lot more.
The problem is that what actually defines a Hall of Fame thing. For me. This isn't just a Hall of Fame induction. This is I
think this is a chance to celebrate past talent. It's not a Hall of Fame. It's a chance on a Friday night. Here you go. This person, you're going to celebrate his career.
So he joins Ivory, Dudley Boys, Goldberg,
and the latest rumor about who's inducting Goldberg. I don't know if you've heard this.
No.
Very surprised who you think it'll be.
Paul Heyman?
Paul Heyman.
Oh, really?
Paul Heyman's rumoured to be inducted. Not the Dudley Boys. ECW. Or anything. Goldberg. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I don't know who you'd get to induct Goldberg anyway. But...
Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kev.
Bischoff, really, I suppose, would be the best one for Goldberg.
Bischoff. Hogan?
Yeah.
Could we see them again?
Yeah.
Dangle.
Yeah.
Anyway... We could travel all night about the Hall of Fame and what's coming up next. That, guys, that's the bridge segment. We've now got coming up with Smackdown Live from this past Tuesday. Hi guys, back at Dirt Shit Mania. The Voice, he's got the director alongside him, Kieran. Smackdown Live. What were you expecting from this week's Smackdown?
Smackdown hasn't been on Raw's level lately.
Which is weird.
This is very weird. Look, I think we've openly said that SmackDown, we seem to gravitate more to the 2-hour shows better, the timing's better, the matches are shorter and sweeter. But
it's
Raw
like
just seems to have just have everything on SmackDown at the moment.
So we kick off with AJ Styles in the ring with Renee Young. She's busy girl this week, Renee.
Very busy.
And it was nice. He kind of walked around the ring, sort of describing how he would have to deal with the Fatal 5-way at Fastlane. You know, how we'd love to put Sammy's, what do they call him? Sammy's ginger, something.
I don't know, pale, something.
Be a star. Kieran, be a star.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked Renee around the ring saying, if I wanted to do that to Sami Zayn on the outside, I'd have to watch in the ring because Dolph Ziggler might be super kicking Baron Corbin and winning my WWE title. So, you know, he has to kind of put personal vendettas aside and have to proper focus on the task in hand.
Yeah, the whole promo was basically just saying this is the jeopardy I'm in a fatal 5-way match.
Yeah.
And I think he got that across really well.
He did. And I liked the interview. It was a little different.
And this is from very WCW. Me and Gene Okerlund always used to be in the ring, just in the entrance way. He'd always have an interview, hold the microphone,
like Charlie did on
and I like seeing this a lot more, and it seems to be happening a lot more as well.
It does.
So,
But anyway, Baron Corbin comes out, interrupts the interview, basically says, "You ain't never beat me," and stuff. I'm sure he must have done at some point, but I can't. He pipes us up. Kevin Owens comes out, same sort of gimmick, let's have it. And then obviously Shane McMahon comes out and says, "Right, let's have a match then. Kevin Owens, you're going to go one-on-one with," and I thought he was going to say AJ or Baron, but no, he's going to go one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler, who is a babyface.
Is he?
I don't know what he is.
Well, let's put it this way. AJ Styles, technically, who tried making an awful remark about the boil on Kevin Owens' back or something.
Oh, being Sami Zayn, yeah.
Who writes this crap?
That went down like a lead balloon. That was
terrible.
rotten.
But anyway, so AJ Styles, babyface, against, I'd say, 4 heels.
It's interesting because of last week when... Was it last week that Corbin and AJ got added?
Yeah. Corbin and Ziggler.
Oh, Corbin and Ziggler, my apologies. Got added. Both Dolph and Corbin were put in that kind of... even though the last time we saw Dolph straight uphill, vacated the belt, was in the Rumble, wants a title shot, blah, 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 blah. That's a hill.
And he'd even say with the music that he still has with this, the scratching of the record thing.
But his music played this week. When he came out, it scratched, and then
they're still
went
very,
in.
Very heelish, I think.
Well, it's different. I don't know what it is anymore. But again, Corbin last week, he was cheered. They were Corbin. There were chants of Corbin last week. I'd never see the day.
I think Corbin, there's something missing with Corbin. Maybe it's the mouthpiece. Paul Heyman with him would be, I think.
I don't mind Corbin talking.
Yeah, he's good, but I still just think there's something. Six. Oh. Yeah, he can put on some great matches. I really do like Corbin.
No, I do.
I just think, in terms of an NFL player coming into WWE, he's
done
probably
well.
been the best.
He's adapted fast. I tell what, Goldberg, but I don't. I think he's a better wrestler than Goldberg.
Yeah.
I don't.
In terms of
Stardom.
Yeah, Stardom.
I don't miss the blinding entrance that they changed. Do you remember that? With the white brown. Yeah. No, don't miss that.
I quite enjoy his music. I
like his new music.
Yeah, I think randomly it's been in my head recently.
It's quite catchy, actually. Yeah. I don't know why, but it is very catchy. Anyway, so...
I've almost got a belly the same that looks like Baron Corbin's.
What, upside smiley face?
Yeah.
Belly button. Yeah, that's pretty...
Sorry, Baron, I didn't say that. It's Craig.
If you want Kieran's address, Baron, just inbox me and you can have it. I'll DM you, brother. So, yeah, we have a match. Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles.
Dolph Ziggler versus
Kevin Owens. See, there's so many people in this match. But yeah, like I said, is it one babyface and 4 heels? I think it's one babyface, definitely 2 heels. Corbin is a heel, and then Dolph is pretty much whatever you want him to this week.
And Craig, all 5 superstars have a first and last name.
They do all have a first and last name.
Well, loser, whoever gets pinned, loses their first name.
AJ's more of initials though.
This is first name.
You can't. But AJ isn't.
Alan Jeffrey Styles.
Alan Jones does. Alan Jeffrey Styles. Alan Jones.
Alan Jeffrey Styles. I'm going with that.
Jeffrey Styles.
Every time I see him now, it's Alan Jeffrey Styles.
Just call him Alan. Alan Styles.
I think it's his first. I don't know what his real name is.
I don't know.
If it's Alan, it's going to be good.
Alan Styles.
Alan Styles. Yeah.
Alan Styles. So AJ, all have 2 names, or 3 in AJ's case. Yeah. Obviously, Sami eventually rears his ginger boiled face, and he does cost Dolph the match. Dolph gets distracted. Kevin turns around and he kicks him in the side of the head.
Yeah.
There's no 2 punches about that. He just wallops in. And it's nice to see a quick move, bang, pinfall.
Yeah.
He didn't turn around Dolph. Yeah. He didn't get rolled up. He literally kicked him.
No finishes.
No, I mean, it was almost Dolph's finish. I thought Dolph's finish these days is kind of a super kick.
Yeah.
Which what Kevin did.
Most overused move in wrestling.
Cheers, Young Bucks. Yeah. Well, I like the Young Bucks though, just to sort of stay. Super kick party. Yeah. So, it kind of what you made it. It made it look like at the start that Kevin Owens had got rid of Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Or in some capacity they had a massive falling out. As we go on through the night, we now realise that Sami wants Kevin to win this match, and as a sacrifice to their friendship, anything he can do to make sure Kevin leaves Fastlane in 3 weeks' time, whatever it's 4 weeks' time, he will do it. Is this something that you think? Okay, I can't physically foresee Sami lying down and Kevin pinning in 1, 2, 3. But are they breaking them up? What do you think is going to happen?
So what I can see is one of two things. I think the first way is in the Fatal 5-Way. Kevin and Sammy are in the ring by themselves. Sammy lays down. 1-2, AJ stops the pin or something like that.
Okay, yeah, so
right?
it does try to do it.
So I think he tries to do it and he gets stopped. Or the second way is that he goes to do it and he just kicks out.
Or he rolls Kevin up.
Or he not to say that he turns on Kevin.
Just tries to win the match.
He tries to win the match, or he just... It was just a ruse to get Kevin...
Lure him into a false sense of security. But if you ask me, if anyone's thinking about double-crossing anyone, it's just Kevin would do that, because classic Kevin.
Classic Kevin.
Kevin would always be thinking...
When Kevin and Sammy were hugging, Kevin had a very, very unsure look on his face. He was like, well, what's this about, you know?
Kevin, in the short time Kevin has been under the WWE umbrella, and I include NXT in that, he has screwed over so many people. You know, it adds, if there is even possible, it adds yet another dimension to Fastlane whenever that match takes place.
And again, Craig, what's the problem with this year's WrestleMania?
There's too many people.
Who the hell are they facing?
What did they do at Mania?
Time will tell.
Because they ain't going to have the title,
That's the thing. Obviously, with every year at WrestleMania, we need to make sure that we wait until we know who's facing who at WrestleMania.
It's like reading 3/4 of a book and going, well, that was crap. Yeah. It's like, no. Or watching a film, 3/4 of a film and going, that was dodgy. It's like, well, no, did you watch the finish? See the finish.
Star Wars Rogue One.
Oh, 90 seconds.
Last 90 seconds was worth it.
Just
everything.
Potentially the best 90 seconds of Star Wars film. Just super. We then go to that top 10 again, which was last week's top 10 or 2 weeks ago's top 10.
Yeah. You said this to me, and I sort of realised that I didn't see this bit. I was probably making something to eat at this time.
It was a good decision to make something to eat, by the way.
I don't get the top 10 lists.
It's a kayfabe gimmick top 10.
I was trying to remain open to it. It may have been something different. Still got to give it time.
Not without sounding like a hypocrite, like we just said. We have to give things time. We have to. Let's still give it time. We saw the first step into someone doing something with it when Jinder then showed everyone Bobby's picks, which I didn't know was even a thing. So we're literally learning as we go. It's almost like our first day at school again.
It's like, you remember NXT when it was first around?
Well, the challenges.
The challenges. It's just like, we'll just do this today. That was just throw this together.
Nothing
5 minutes before the show, just do this.
Wheelbarrow race, round the ring, last one back gets eliminated this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, don't get it. We'll let it get time. Anyway, so basically the main story of what we're about to see is that Jinder is trying his damn most to piss off Bobby, to piss off Randy, and to get them to fight.
Yeah.
And what he thinks is going to happen is they'll beat each other up and he'll swoop in and win the US title. The last person standing out of that little sort of three guys was Bobby.
Yeah.
And backstage, again, we come to this another little subtle step on the ladder of this. I don't want to call it a rivalry because it's not really a rivalry between Shane and Bryan. It's this tension. Bryan wants Jinder to face Bobby, but Shane wants Randy.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, Shane is Bryan's boss.
Yeah.
So he goes, well, it's official. I'm going to have WWE's United States Champion Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton at Fastlane. Bryan looks over him and goes, well, you are the boss, and then walks off.
I think this will end up in a triple threat match, and the way that Shane added originally the Fatal 4-Way went into a Fatal 5-Way, the way he...
It was triple threat?
Yeah, it was triple threat, and Shane added someone in. Mm-hmm. I can see Bryan go, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to add Jinder in.
Well, because he can't not... now because Shane's made the match, he can't turn around and go, sorry, Randy, you're not facing him on Sunday. But I can absolutely see a scenario next week where we have a very similar situation to what we had with the WWE title, in that Jinder has to beat Randy to get into the match. It seems to be a lot of that at the moment. So if they did that, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's a lot of copy-paste at the moment. If Nia Jax beats Asuka, she gets into the match. I
think that's just to throw us off the scent of what WrestleMania... Because I say, when it comes to WrestleMania this year, I'd say there's 5 or 6 matches set in stone. I couldn't name, but I'd say it's not like you say WrestleMania is a 12-match card or something.
WrestleMania 21 had 6 matches on.
Yeah.
This year will not have 6 matches on.
It had 6. I think it had 8, didn't it? One of them was the Money in the Bank match, which took.
It was.
And then you had Kurt versus Shawn, which was a great match.
Cena versus JBL.
Yeah.
Triple H Batista.
Yeah.
Eddie versus Ray.
Yeah.
That was it?
There was a women's match.
Was it Mickey versus Trish?
No, that was 22, 23. That was 23.
No,
22.
it was Christy Hemming.
Yeah.
Versus Trish.
Yeah.
That was
something to do with Playboy. Something I don't know.
Okay, maybe there was 7, but
it might be. Yeah.
You know,
I'm pretty sure
you say the 6.
Big Show Akabono. Boom.
Oh God.
8.
Thanks for reminding me of that. It's okay. There we go. Wrestling knowledge dropped just like that. We just named the rest. We just dropped in that.
Yeah. But yeah, so
terrible.
But yeah, WrestleMania.
Do you think it'll be triple threat match?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go on then. We'll go on. Riot Squad, who actually are still a team, and they faced the make believe team of Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky again. The Riot Squad won. Thank God, because someone needs to.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ruby Riott is going to face Charlotte at Fastlane for the title. Now, absolutely nothing in me. Now, if I'm watching a wrestling match, I have to believe.
Yeah.
I have to believe that both participants could win. To an extent, okay? Even with Braun, even with Taker, even with everything. I do not, even if all 3 of them beat up Charlotte, I do not think she will lose this match.
Last week on SmackDown, Charlotte said 2 down, 1 to go, pointing towards Ruby Riott.
Yeah. So
which is good. So this week, Ruby wins in the tag match, and she goes 1 down, 2 to go.
Exactly.
And she said that Naomi's next.
From what I understand, it looks like that one member of the Riot Squad will probably face Naomi next week on SmackDown.
Yeah. So I like this, just playing it, because it's still 4 weeks to Fastlane.
It's just a bit of cat and mouse, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and and ultimately it'll be Charlotte v Ruby Riott. Charlotte's obviously going to win.
And that'll be a 3
and then
down.
Probably Asuka comes out after the match and says, I'm facing you.
Well, yeah, I mean...
That's what the women's match will be at Fastlane. It'll be, when's the end of the match? When's Asuka coming out?
Yeah, that's the face-off.
Predictable, yes, but we want to see the face-off. People get... It's the hype towards WrestleMania. And this is almost the problem with Elimination Chamber and Fastlane, is that they're in the middle between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. How they're almost... not needed, and they're almost like you can sort of fast forward past them.
Some of them are needed, like to find out the number 1 contenders. They're needed. See, for me, championship matches between now and WrestleMania are extremely predictable.
Yeah.
Whereas number 1 contender matches are extremely unpredictable.
Yeah.
So that's where where my interest lies at the moment, to find out who will be. Okay, I think AJ will win that match at Fastlane, but because he will face Nakamura at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then
you still don't think that Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn will get added to that match
at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
No.
It's this one part of me that I cannot forget in my head, just right at the back of my head. I'm going, they're gonna add them in. They're gonna add them in.
Whether they get their opportunity to, maybe they get added in and then they get taken out. You know what I mean? It's like, here's what you have. Then you might go around in a really long kind of circle and then go, oh, we're back to where we started with AJ and Nakamura. Yeah. We will see. Honestly, we could.
Shinsuke.
Very quiet on SmackDown.
Didn't do anything.
Got mentioned,
had a little video package.
That was it.
But again, that's the problem with Elimination Chamber and Fastlane, is that if you win the Royal Rumble, you technically have nothing to do until WrestleMania.
Do you know someone else that's been a bit bored lately? Carmella.
Yeah.
What's she doing? Oh, mate, she's definitely cashing in at WrestleMania.
She got it, right?
But who won? Definitely SmackDown?
No, so the Money in the Bank briefcase is SmackDown exclusive until the next Money in the Bank, right?
Okay.
So, and I think I said this theory to you before, and I think we might have said it on the show, that I think it ends up Carmella winning at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
so Asuka doesn't win the title, but
keeps her
Asuka
undefeated.
technically doesn't lose the match.
So that means it should be in Charlotte, which is believable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, why not? I can see it happening. Seth Rollins-esque.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Next up, New Day versus Gable and Benjamin. Nearly said Jordan again. In the number 1 contender match for the WWE SmackDown Championships.
Love the little change to the New Day entrance.
I've got it written here. There's massive word graphics on the screen.
Yeah. I don't know. I quite
on the the New Day's Tron.
Yeah.
It has
I quite liked it. It's different,
on the screen as well.
Yeah.
Big jumbo.
I didn't like. That's what New Day are, aren't they? They're fun. They're exciting. They're over the top. Just do it. It's fine. I think.
And they're also now the number one contenders.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm never. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. At the moment, I believe as well. Like the United States Championship match, that this would also be a triple threat match. I think because of the rosters now on Raw and SmackDown, having just singles matches, one-on-one matches, or just one tag versus another tag, it's just so hard at the moment. It's WrestleMania season. You do want to involve as many people as possible because you want the storylines to be at their peak for WrestleMania, and everybody wants to be at WrestleMania. And I get the idea that the writers are kind of trying to make everybody involved. Is it...
You say triple threat? I'd go Fatal 4-Way. Bludgeon Brothers are getting...
I think their time will come at WrestleMania. I mean, we've still got 3 weeks before Fastlane. I can see them being maybe towards... I can see it being a Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania.
They like to do the ladder match again. They like to do that. They like to have one ladder match at Mania, don't they?
Every year there's... I mean, the year before was the IC one where Ryder won. Last year was when the Hardys won. Yeah. There will be a WrestleMania ladder match. There will be. Who will be in that match? What it will be for? I think we can almost definitely assume it will be for either the US...
You got to remember the SmackDown tag titles weren't defended at last year's WrestleMania, even on the pre-show. So
they weren't. The Raw ones...
Obviously Raw ones were.
The Hardys, yeah. So, massive statement from the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And in fact, looking at the grand scheme of things, the SmackDown Tag Division has probably been a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah, I think there's more. They've more established teams on there. Obviously, like Fandango established. Fashion Files, that's a big thing for 6 months.
Breezango. Not Fandango.
He's
on his own.
Fandango. But that, Fashion Files is a big thing. The Ascension were obviously part of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say in terms of talent and people, the SmackDown Tag Division's better.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But the problem with this year's WrestleMania is I can't see them on there. I can't see the SmackDown Tag Team Championships being defended.
It's unfortunate.
It's just, look, if they keep it Usos versus New Day at Fastlane, just a one, straight out tag team match, be a great match again. I'd say it again. Those two teams are just crazy good.
They kill it. They know each other so well, and they kill it. The chemistry is fantastic. We'll see where the Bludgeon Brothers come in. They did pass the New Day on the entrance ramp, and from what I can remember, it is the first time that Rowan or Harper have acknowledged the existence of someone to their side. They've walked past the New Day before. They've walked past the Usos, and this time Eric Rowan turned towards the New Day, and Luke Harper grabbed him and dragged him back in. Harper was focused on him. He never looked at Rowan. He never looked at the New Day. He just put his arm to his left, grabbed Eric Rowan back in, and they went towards the ring. And they're starting to acknowledge them. Is 3 weeks enough to get them into that match? Of course it is. Yeah. Will it happen? I'm not sure. I think they might just wait for that one till WrestleMania to have that fatal 4-way. But they then, just very quickly, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper destroy a couple of lads that don't even look 105, let alone 205. I really enjoyed them murdering them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm never normally a fan of someone like a Braun going out and beating someone up in 3 seconds. I just love. It's just so much fun.
Yeah,
it just looks fun.
It's establishing the Bludgeon Brothers. I just want to call them Harper and Rowan, but
I don't mind the name.
Yeah,
I don't mind the name. They kept the sheep mask.
Yeah, they look. In terms of tag teams, they look more like a tag team now. Whereas before they were just sort of generic. I'm in a jumpsuit. I've got a dirty vest.
Couple of janitors.
They're
doing the Nia Jax thing, the Asuka thing, the Goldberg thing, the Braun Strowman thing, just squashing people left, right, and centre, and it makes you pay attention. It makes you see their best bits in 2 minutes, and I'm liking it and it's working. But
personally, I think. I like Luke Harper as a wrestler. I think he's very underrated.
He's Intercontinental Champion.
I think he's a great wrestler. I want to see, not to say to get rid of Rowan. I think this will keep us around for a bit, but I want to see this as a stepping stone.
I don't want to say. I don't know how to say it without being overly critical or over harsh, but he's not as good as Luke Harper. He's no way. Luke Harper's the man.
Yeah.
He was the best wrestler of the Wright family.
Completely.
by head and shoulders.
Yeah.
Anyway, we move on to our main event. Our main event this week was AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. Singles match. Nothing on the line but pride. Good match.
Yeah, very good match.
Really good match.
AJ Styles is just, pardon the pun, phenomenal.
And
He's
Corbin was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like that.
AJ Styles never seems to not have a bad match.
He's again another former TNA guy. WWE passed on him when WCW went under, and TNA picked him up. Went on. Maybe he'll induct Jeff Jarrett into the Hall of Fame. Possibly.
Yeah.
Not potentially. And another good match. But the point of the match, obviously, afterwards, Kevin and Sammy tried to storm the ring and beat down everyone. But the last man standing here is Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Great for Baron Corbin. Doesn't necessarily always get that kind of push after losing the Money in the Bank briefcase and things like that. So to have him standing at the end was pretty cool.
It's a chance to make him look like a legitimate contender. I mean, that deep six that he done on AJ.
Oh, but because he's so little,
yeah,
he flung him round.
But it was ferocious and it was vicious.
You could hear the kind of anger in him as well.
And even his little promo backstage when again they had the words on the screen, and that's the point of it. That I think that one there with Baron Corbin, who said that he's dull, he's boring with the words.
When they had the little kind of when he's got like his phone in his hand, doing that little kind of backstage.
If you watch
thing,
that and you're not watching it with sound, you're going dull, boring, whatever, dangerous, menacing.
It's buzzwords.
Yeah. And you see them, and you go, yes.
Yeah.
That's why it's there.
That's why it's there.
But is Baron Corbin's just to look strong? Turn to look strong this week, come out as the, next week it'll be different. It'll probably be Dolph, or it'll be Sammy and Kevin, or AJ.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's take it in turn time. One super quick question before we wrap up for this week's WWE Roundup: will the match at Fastlane be a Fatal 5-Way? Yes or no?
I think it'll be a 6-pack challenge. Shane McMahon gets into the match.
As the ref or just as a wrestler?
No, he's a wrestler. Just why not?
Legit?
Just why not?
Okay, fine. No, one and a half. I'm not gonna.
Okay. No, I think it stays a Fatal 5-Way.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Cool. Overall, this week's WWE, how was it for you on the Richter scale?
SmackDown was good. SmackDown was very, like I was saying, it's not been as good as Raw. It was an average SmackDown.
In a nutshell.
But this week's WWE, it's been pretty good.
Pretty good. Not terrible, not amazing. I look
forward to it most weeks. So this week I looked forward to it a bit more because we're getting into WrestleMania season, aren't we?
We are in WrestleMania season.
So and it is a week before Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber this Sunday. Usually the go home shows gives you a bit of hype towards that show.
I'm very much looking forward to Elimination Chamber, guys. Kieran and myself will be bringing out a couple of little shows in the next few days. On Friday, we'll be recording 2 shows. One will be our Elimination Chamber prediction show, which Kieran forgot about. And we'll also be doing our... that's why I'm here. And we'll also be doing the problem with this year's WrestleMania. We think that's I'm really looking forward to that one. I think that'll be a doozy.
Expect the preview show Friday, I'd say.
Friday evening, I think that'll be released, and then I think the WrestleMania one probably Sunday.
Probably Sunday, yeah. We'll try and get out for the weekend.
Yeah, I don't want to put them too much on top of each other, but I think Sunday
it'll be out before WrestleMania.
It will be out before WrestleMania. Kieran, thank you very much. Always a pleasure. Thanks for having.
Thanks, Craig. Thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Guys,
You've done well.
Well, I showed up this week, so
yeah, well done.
Guys, this has been this week's Dirty Sheet Mania. I've been the voice, Kieran's the director. Thank you so much for listening to us. Please go onto YouTube, subscribe. All our back catalogue and all of our old shows are there. Go onto Twitter, obviously at Dirt Sheet Mania. Use the hashtag DSM Wrestling, and of course check us out on SoundCloud. Subscribe on SoundCloud. That's where all the shows come out each week. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kieran.
Thank you.
And we will see you over the weekend. Bye-bye.